It's JPI Vance. Me got baby face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big cheer. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me important, we're tired tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Me fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US of A. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face.
Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, execo the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza.
With this my majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Wednesday. And yes, I was a few minutes late. Kate is very, very upset with me. But I think you can understand I'm still in prison. As you saw on Tuesday night's main event, I'm still locked up. I didn't make bail. So this is the situation that I'm in right now. So I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can, but we didn't make bail, and it's Beardo's fault, which is totally understand. You know, I mean, we understand that Beardo couldn't actually make enough, but that's why I'm still sitting here in the jail cell. So anyway, failed to make bail. It is Beardo's fault, 100%. And you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So all you can do is keep grifting until you get enough super chats to get out. So that's what we'll do. But anyway, a lot going on, a lot to discuss. So we're gonna get into it, and this is the biggest failure probably. We finished number 4 in the U.S. yesterday in super chats, but Beardo failed to get me out, and that's on the main Geeks and Gamers channel. So right here, if you go to daily, boom, right there, Geeks and Gamers is number 4 in the country. I'm still not sure what's up with this one right here. This channel made $73,000 in super chats yesterday. What am I doing wrong? What the hell am I doing wrong? But Geeks and Gamers was number 4, but Beardo did not make enough to get me out. And so we will continue the grift until morale improves. But anyway, busy day. We have a gaming stream tonight. So you know how it is. Candy T says your fans are poor. Not as rich as whoever that person was number 1, but it is what it is. So, but Kate dropped out 50 before we even got started. It says, hey, fully loaded super chat. First off, bumping up the female attendance to what, 7% now? Second, it sucks traveling for work because I feel out of touch with what the hell's going on. Finally, Sabaton. You will get Sabaton tonight. You absolutely will. Even if I'm still locked up in jail, you're still going to get it. So streaming from prison, hanging out with, what's that guy's name? Sam Friedman, Harvey Weinstein, P. Diddy, all the cool people that Candace Owens likes to interview. I'm hanging out with them. So, and then Kate was like, and now he's late. She's not happy. She's not happy. But thank you, Kate. I appreciate it. Zihoni says, Japan female PM loves Trump. Trump loves woman. Hell yeah, he does. Sigmund Floyd for $2. Thank you. Grizzly Nightmare says, Japan is back. Ladybug says, for Jeremy's bail. Thank you. Marine Rebel says, bro, have you seen the shit show that is LSU coaching search right now? That's become, the governor has gotten involved. It's a glorious disaster. And the fact that their next game, or at least Alabama's next game, is against LSU is beautiful. It's beautiful. Let's see. Is it Jay Chance says, Chancel says, hey, Jeremy, did you see the JD Vance Techno Viking edit? 2 points of CobraCast lore colliding. Yes, I did. I think I have that one pulled up that we're going to check out. Alex Arrow Cave says, grift the merch, play the ad with Jay. Play the ad with Jay? What ad are you talking about?
Geeks and Gamers fans, this one's for you. Rep your fandom with our brand new merch drop featuring limited edition shirts and an all-new hat that's built for true eye dots. These won't last long, so grab yours now at ripasend.com before they're gone. Hail the 199.
The 199. Thank you, Alex. Vault 95 says, could have been number one on Tuesday night's main event if it would have been 9 hours. We got to pick up the pace next week. We're going to get there. I know Vance is speaking at TPUSA. I can't, I don't have the time to cover like a long speech and then do everything else we're going to do. So, Durka for $1. Zwanny for 10 says, for your bail. Look at there. Snake Pit showing up. All hell, Magatron says, what do you think of this narrative that Israel is controlling Trump? I have friends that buy into this narrative and it's retarded. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about this many times. You know, the anti-Israel crowd is just, they're so retarded that they're not worth having a conversation with because they only see Israel bad. And if you don't agree with me, you are an Israel shill. That's why I just meme on them. As I've said many times, which this is why it feels like I'm talking to the left when I'm talking to the anti-Israel crowd, because you can give them as much context as you want, but they only hear what they want to hear, and they don't really care about nuance or anything. So when I say I think there's a legitimate discussion to be had about Israel's involvement in our government and people that are bought and paid for, but some of the things that you're saying is just absolutely retarded. And they're like, you just don't see the truth. And it's like, okay, fuck off. So I just don't care about having conversations with people that don't have the ability to have any critical thinking whatsoever. They have something in their mind, just like the left thinks that racism and Nazis are everywhere, that the anti-Israel crowd just thinks Israel controls every aspect of our life. And so it's like, okay, then go ahead and have that fucking belief, bro. But I'm not going to entertain your shit. I'm just going to meme on you and laugh at you because I don't give a fuck what you think at that point. Ryan Miller says, is it any wonder why there are reports that liberals have bad cases of mental health? They cry about everything when it comes to Trump, and it's sad. Yes, they do. You are correct. Alex says, Beardo doesn't have the ads in his stream. Yeah, I mean, he's not relevant enough. So, you know what I mean? So we get it. Sec199 says, just wait until Auburn yeets coach Hugh Freeze during the week of the Iron Bowl. Just kidding. He'll be gone before then. Dark Metal Spider says, you see Asman's react to Hassan reacting to JD Vance. We're going to react. I'm going to react to Asman reacting to Hassan reacting to JD Vance, because that's how we roll here at the Snake Pit. Let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, make sure you go over to Ripasend. Links in the pinned post. Get your Geeks and Gamers merch, including the CobraCast t-shirt right there. Can't wait to see all of you rocking that. But before we get into the JD Vance stuff, okay, check this out right here, all right? Cracker Barrel is on a generational run, boys, okay? Absolutely. You know what? I do have a few super chats before the stream. I'll get to them here in just a minute. So Cracker Barrel responds to this post that says, wait, they're really attaching a Cracker Barrel to the East Wing? Cracker Barrel responds and says, you probably don't want us anywhere near a remodel. Self-awareness is the most powerful tool any company or brand can have. When you have self-awareness, people fucking love it. And that is what this is right here. Own it, meme it, laugh at yourself. This is what it's all about. Cracker Barrel owning the meme. Holy shit. It's beautiful. So yeah, it's so good. People are responding. I says Cracker Barrel's on a generational run. Dom says, this just won me back. Banger self-awareness. Like, it's so good, man. Everybody's freaking out. This is perfect right here. Just when I think you couldn't possibly get any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it so damn much. So there you have it. Cracker Barrel, loving how they are owning this and leaning into it. It's perfect, fantastic, awesome, well done. Whoever is running your marketing team, they deserve a raise. This is how you respond. Everybody is going to fuck up. Everybody's going to make mistakes. This is part of life. This is part of business. It's part of reality. Everyone makes mistakes. When you make the mistake, don't do what Lucasfilm did and blame the audience. Do what Cracker Barrel's doing and acknowledge the mistake, dial the mistake back, and then lean into it and meme it. This is how you handle it right here. There's the right way, which is Cracker Barrel, and then there's the complete wrong way, which is the way Lucasfilm and Disney has handled all of their problems. Because Cracker Barrel could have easily said that this toxic and racist people that have, the alt-right MAGA crowd has decided to, get into comment sections and review bomb us and things like that. They could have done that, but they didn't. So this right here, this is what it's all about. Well done from Cracker Barrel. Nandy with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Keenan says thoughts on Howard from Better Call Saul. Love Howard. He's one of the most entertaining characters on the show. Absolutely. I want to watch Better Call Saul again. It's been a while. Hacky Proton says VR has hot women on D-Day. Trump can wait. Patrick Kennedy says now it is time for let's see, senators and representatives to vote no on the CR market. Market is bipartisan. Make the libs beg for the CR. Yeah, I mean, look, the bottom line is I'm having fun because so many of these clowns right now are like, look at this right here. Okay, hang on. Let me find it. I got to go to my account because I know I responded to this particular tweet, but look at this right here. This idiot, this loser, Chuck Schumer. Look what Schumer says. Donald Trump is a vindictive and heartless man. They're talking about Snap. Basically, they're saying, hey, all these people can't use, their Snap to get their Cheetos and sweets and get fat and all of that. Here we go.
On Saturday, for the first time in American history, a vicious, heartless president is cutting off food stamps to hungry children, elderly who can't afford enough food to feed themselves, veterans who are down on their luck, all because he wants to use them as hostages so that Democrats will stop fighting for people's health care. We can do both. Provide better health care and provide SNAP benefits to the tens of millions who need it. This president is a fucking liar. He says there's no money to provide food stamps because of the shutdown. That's bullshit. His own agriculture department said there's plenty of money. Every president during shutdowns has provided the money that's needed, even Trump in his first term. He is bludgeoning the American.
It's not AI. Look, it's his official account. This is it right here. This is his official government account right here. This is not AI. No. Look at this. That is the official government account. I'm showing all of you.
American people using the most innocent of victims to try and go along with his cruel shutdown, which takes away health care from millions of Americans. He is the most vindictive politician America has ever seen, and the most heartless man America has ever seen in the presidency. We're fighting him every step of the way.
This is what I voted for. I voted for Chuck Schumer, Palestinian Senator Chuck Schumer. I voted for him to get to a point where he's having to drop F-bombs. Again, look, I know you think it's AI. It's not, okay?
To use them as hostages so that Democrats will stop fighting for people's health care. We can do both. Provide better health care and provide SNAP benefits to the tens of millions who need it. This president is a fucking liar. He says there's no money to provide food stamps because of the shutdown. That's bullshit. His own agriculture department said there's plenty of money. Every president during shutdowns has provided the money that's needed, even Trump in his first term. He is bludgeoning the American people, using the most innocent of victims to try and go along with his cruel shutdown, which takes away health care from millions of Americans. He is the most vindictive politician America has ever seen, and the most heartless man America has ever seen in the
heartless stranger? Would you say heartless stranger?
presidency. We're fighting him every step of the way.
Let's go. It's a beautiful thing. And look at this. This puts it into perspective right here. My taxes paying for people's SNAP. They buy junk food with it. They're fat and unhealthy. My taxes pay for their health care. It's an endless cycle. We don't care. We don't give a shit. We have no sympathy. I don't care who it is. I don't care. I have no sympathy. This system has been abused by a bunch of lazy pieces of shit. And unfortunately, because of the lazy motherfuckers that have abused this system, the actual people, the smaller percentage of people that could use it, are being affected. Not my fault. Stop letting lazy pieces of shit abuse the system. That's what this comes down to right here. I have zero sympathy. Zero. Let's see here. Joe Bit says, permission to share my Trump action figure 15-second vid. I mean, you can send it to me on Twitter. I'll see if I can check it out. I don't want to make any promises because I'm short on time. So, but yeah, you can throw it at me on Twitter, and I'll see if I can show it. Alex Aerocave says, bought all 3 shirts, hat too. Hat's too small for my head. Hey, that's okay. As long as you bought all 3 shirts, that's what's up, brother. That's what's up. Hell yeah. Hail to you, man. And thank you to everybody for going over there and getting the merch. I really want, this first run to be very successful. I want the Ripperson people to be like, damn, the 199 shows up and buys some merch. We got to make sure to work extra hard to get this stuff out to them. So that's what I want to see. So November 7th, you got till November 7th, and then we will roll out all new merch. That's how it's going to be. And dude, there's this really cool design that I'm working on. It's simple, but it's badass. I can't wait. I'm actually going to be rocking some of the stuff that we're going to be dropping soon. So I'm looking forward to it. Philip Johnson says, I'll continue to boycott Cracker Barrel until they go back to their OG recipes and portion sizes. Their new pancakes are Walmart tier out of the box crap. I respect you. I respect that. Jay Chancellor says, for 20 says, which reminds me, the 2 best CobraCast were the ones where you got trolled on Techno Viking and the one where you lost connection and kept trying to stream from your phone or driving around. This is Jimbo. I hate that. Okay. What's up, man? Yeah. The new ats are terrible. I would recommend that. I don't know what the process is for changing the at, but I would recommend to everybody that's active in the chats, change the at to what you want, your screen name to be said on stream, because I don't know why they're doing it. I can't stand it. It sucks, but it's just where they are. I don't know why they're doing it. It's the worst, but yeah, those are 2. I remember both of those CobraCasts. So absolutely fantastic. But if somebody says can't, mine's taken. Hey, listen, you can always add your at and 199. And at least you'll have the at that you would want. And then you can just add 199 to it. And then you've got the at. So even if your at is taken, you just add 199 to it and you're good. You got to do it soon or everybody's going to take it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Let's see. My 199 is taken. How about underscore 199? There's a lot of little variations you can do. You can do the underscore 199. Let's see. Thank you for the 20. I appreciate it. Crazy Clown Town says, can we get a new Sabaton Trump outro with I Emperor? I'll have Hailstorm work on that. Yeah, we need to update it anyway. So I'll have Hailstorm work on it. Coopster says, bought 2 shirts and a hat. I hear you're bunking with Mr. Dover. Never met Ben, but I hear he will pump you up while you're in there. That was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot. I'm just going to say thank you, Coop. I really appreciate that. Thank you. 8 o'clock says, did you see the Legal Eagle cry about Trump paying military? I didn't. I mean, I don't watch Legal Eagle. I know that Legal Eagle has massive TDS from what I understand. I've seen, clips of him crying about Trump over the years, but yeah, I don't watch Legal Eagle at all. Okay, so the big news of the day, and it is awesome news, okay? It is awesome news. So right here we go. Let me see. Let me find it. Okay, so the big news of the day is that the man, the myth, the legend, JD Vance calls out Hassan. Yes. You guys, like I've been telling you about all this streamer drama and these left-wing streamers, these mainstream streamers. JD Vance, number 48, has called out Hassan in this interview right here. Check this out.
I mean, I kind of obsessively trained him. Like you could see this. Like he sits on command, he stays on command. He has this command place, which is basically if I snap my finger and point, he will run to that place and lay down.
You don't have to zap him.
No. Not
Hassan,
like Hassan Piker. No electrocution of dogs here.
How disgusting is that? What does that tell you about a person?
Well, I think it tells you that they're not that they're bad people.
Yes.
If you can actually cause suffering to an innocent animal,
yes,
you're probably the kind of person who doesn't worry about suffering in people as well.
Yes.
And that's been my experience. If you mistreat dogs, that's almost 100% sign that you're going to be a really terrible person. So it's one of the ways, we really sort of test people is if Atlas responds well to them, if they like Atlas, we know they're good people. But you can tell if somebody's really mean to animals, it's like the Jeffrey Dahmer thing.
Yeah.
Like every serial killer ever has actually been really bad to animals. That's sort of how they started.
JD Vance is so on point. I made this statement years ago because a family member of mine, she was dating this dude and we were hanging out and he had his dog. And he was just verbally abusive to the dog and very he never hit the dog, but you could tell that he was very close to that. And I witnessed it. And, I was talking to her afterwards and I'm like, that guy's a piece of shit. And she goes, what do you mean? I was like, when you are that way to your dog, it's just a glimpse into how this person is to everyone else in his life. Like, if you're going to talk down to your dog and be that aggressive, it was insane how aggressive. And he took pride in the fact that his dog was intimidated by him. And I'm like, you need to stay the fuck away from this dude. Get the fuck away, because that is going to be you. That's a glimpse into your future right there if you stay with this piece of shit. And it's just true, man. Anybody who treats their dog like shit, get away from them, because they are showing you exactly who they are. Bottom line. And JD Vance says it perfectly right here. And again, man, the guy just has his finger on the pulse of everything going on. And so right here, Hassan, so we're going to react to Asman reacting to Hassan reacting to JD Vance, because this is how YouTube works these days. So here is Asman watching Hassan watching JD Vance. Here we go.
JD Vance has done spot training for his own dog, so he knows that it is not an abusive practice. And yet
it's not what he said. has nothing to do with what he said. How do you have a degree in political science and communications and you don't even understand what he said? It had nothing to do with place training. It had everything to do with how the training was administered. Like, I thought you're supposed to have 2 degrees in this.
He's a left-wing retard. Of course, he's only going, again, it's just like I talked about with the anti-Israel crowd, where they only hear what they want to hear. They're not actually trying to listen, to have a discussion. It's the same thing. It's the leftist mindset. Hassan Piker is not looking to have a conversation. Hassan Piker is not looking to have a response. Hassan Piker has decided what JD Vance is saying before JD Vance even says a word. So Hassan already has his response in mind before JD Vance has said a word. That is exactly how this mindset operates.
But what's going on here?
He is still leaning into this fucking idea that I'm like abusing my dog, which is crazy because hello, Kristi Noem, the secretary of the Department of Homeland Security, shot her puppy point blank, ISIS execution style, and then threw the puppy's body in a goddamn landfill in front of construction workers. And the only reason why...
Hey guys, somebody else did something horrible, so quit thinking and talking about what the horrible thing I did. Look at this other person that did something horrible. I don't need you to think about the horrible thing I did. I need you to talk about the horrible thing someone else did. Kristi Noem's biggest mistake was talking about that publicly, which was a massive mistake of hers. People, and I don't remember the specifics of it or not. If I recall, and I might be wrong about this, I recall a situation where something happened, a dog or something got injured or got hurt, and they had to put the dog down or something to that extent. I feel like that's what it was. I can't remember specifically, but she wrote about it in her book. And she wrote about it like as a, like, it was such a terrible, traumatic situation for me, yada, yada, yada. The dog bit a young girl. Is that what it was? Okay. Dog bit a young girl. This is, I'm just telling you, you don't have to like it. I don't really care if you like it. It's really, it's the bottom. These things happen on farms. This is what happens on farms. It's just part of the culture and part of the world. You don't have to like it. But the problem was she decided to do it as a virtue signal of sorts, as to show this was such a terrible moment for me. And a bunch of normies that don't know any fucking thing about growing up on a farm or being on a farm or doing real fucking work or living out in the country all got fake offended over this shit and started crying about it and blew it way out of proportion. But it doesn't matter. The fault lies on her. She should have never fucking said it. She should have never said anything about it. But he is now using it to make you forget about him, to say, guys, she did something terrible. And he leaves all the context out of it because he wants you to think about her doing something bad, not him doing something bad.
We know about it is because she wrote about it in her book.
That's crazy.
What is happening?
Wow.
It is so transparent that these people not only do not give a shit about animal welfare, they don't give a shit about human welfare either. Because remember, this is the vice president we're talking about. Mm-hmm. The vice president of the United States is talking about Reddit, Twitter drama.
So guys, Hassan allegedly shocking his dog. You can't worry about that because Donald Trump, guys, Donald Trump posts memes, guys. Donald Trump posted memes. He posted memes. It's so bad that he posted memes. So you can't worry about me abusing my dog because Donald Trump posted memes.
This is funny. And the thing is that thank God that we finally have a president that's locked in, a vice president that's locked in. He knows what's going on. I'd much rather that than everything is computer. That's right.
Everything's computer was pretty awesome, by the way. That was Trump talking about the Tesla.
While we're at the
and I love also how every time this drama, like Hassan will do this thing where he'll be like, I'm above the drama, but then I'll talk about it and it will reveal that he knows everything about it. It's like, okay, yeah, sure.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So ultimately, like, JD Vance calling out Hassan is freaking beautiful. Now, there's a lot more responses that we're going to go over because I've seen like some left wingers really upset that he's calling this out. They're like mad that JD Vance is calling it out. It's so funny. But first, we have to go to Roland the Wretched for $100. This is how you grift, boys, okay? Jeremy, here's a challenge. Gary got me 90 new subs Friday. If you can get me 100 before Friday, I will never call you gay in the chat, and I will pronounce you the better influencer on FNQ. A tard called, who is it? Afric or something said G&G is failing because of the merger. Airfrick? I don't know who Airfrick is. It doesn't matter. So they can say whatever they want. Again, G&G's thriving in many ways, but I want them to think it's failing. Now, you can't call, like, you not calling me gay. I don't even know if I want that challenge. So he says FNQ as FNT. Okay. So that's what Roland says. FNQ. I think you can figure out what Q means. But I mean, listen, mods, you want to drop a link to Roland the Wretched, who's at 154 subscribers. He wants me to get him 100, and he'll never call me gay. You can call me gay. I want you to send me another $100 super chat if I get that. How about that? Okay. That's what I want. That's what I want. How about that, Roland? All right. So before Friday, I'm probably going to do 3 more streams. Well, I don't know if I'll do one before FNT. I'll probably do one more after this one. So we'll see. We'll see how many we can get. What merger? The merger with Park Place and Criticalist and Ripasend. So a lot. Not really merger, but like Geeks and Gamers is still its own thing, but we have partnered with that Park Place. We have partnered with Criticalist and we have partnered with Ripasend. And so, yeah, these people are idiots. So whoever's upset about that. But anyway, subscribe to Roland the Wretched. Let's go. Drop the link, chat. There it is. There's Mod Eric spamming it right there. How many are we going to get him? How many are we going to get him? All right. You already got, I already got you 9. Already got you 9 on the first refresh, bro. Okay. We'll see how it goes. So hail to Roland, you mad lad. It's going to be weird with you not calling me. You got to call me gay, man. I've got to, you have to call me gay. That's just part of the Snake Pit, the 199. That's part of the fellowship, you know? So it would feel weird if you didn't. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. We'll see if we can get you there. Teresa Young says, check out Schumer's wife, man or woman. I don't think I want to look. Is it Giraffe? Says a fist pump comes in handy for Chuck's line of work. Beastie Man says, I sent a member message earlier. Also, hail. Let me see if I can find that one. Hammer of Subtlety says, I used to work as a cashier at Walmart. I've seen exactly who is using EBT. Some needed it, but not the majority by far. As someone who worked retail, I'm not sure if I've ever told you about this, but as someone that worked retail, I'm telling you right now, the heavy majority of people that use EBT don't need it. Okay. They're just lazy pieces of shit. And that's just how it is. They're lazy pieces of shit. They don't want to work. Your tax dollars are the reason that they are in there, so they could be lazy as shit. And you're the one working for them to be lazy. I'm telling you right now, man. Listen, I don't believe anybody is born racist. I believe people work retail and the rest just happens. Okay. And I'll just leave the conversation at that. Let's move on. Thomas says, did you order the Neo Screw bot yet? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Sly Rise says, did you see that Just Dance? Let's see. Just Dance 48 spoke about Hassan Piker and shocking his dog in an interview. Yeah, we just covered it. We just covered it. Alex says, my @ is my Twitter. So I'm good. See, there you go. Perfect. Perfect indeed. See, that's what it's all about, man. Roland, we've already got you to 210, brother. We've already, like, no time at all got you to 210. That's the power of the snake pit, okay? That's what's up right there. Look at that. Already got you to 210. I better get another $100 super chat. All right. So we'll see if that happens. We also do have an article on geeksandgamers.com about Vice President JD Vance calls out Hassan Piker over alleged dog abuse. The editorial stuff on G&G website has been on point. I have been so happy with the editorial side. We've been covering a lot of good stuff, whether it's Warner Brothers, whether it's the Halo Trump memes, whether it's video game news. Our editorial staff has been crushing it. Oh yeah, they told me that was messed up right there. So, but yeah, our editorial team has been crushing it right now. I've been so happy. So thank you guys for continuing to support us over there. It's been good stuff indeed. And yeah, we're still working out some of the kinks on the website and stuff like that. I've already told them, like, we better, get some of this performance stuff fixed. And we've been working on that now. Okay, next up, and I got to find it right now. So, and this is earlier, but the Turning Point event going on right now at Ole Miss, and here is Erica Kirk right here. And there was I'm guessing this clown deleted the tweet because I got to go to the quarterings now. Not the quartering didn't delete it. The quartering quote tweeted this guy, and I'm assuming this person deleted. Yep, let's see. No, we got that one. Got that one. Yep. All right, post is unavailable. Did somebody screenshot it? Okay, so here's quartering quote tweeted this guy. Okay, this is the left. These are the people they keep saying we need to unify with. Okay, fucking pieces of shit. Okay, so right here, quartering says, according to Joe, the funniest thing ever would be to assassinate Erica Kirk. I guarantee you, this loser deletes this, but ideally not until the FBI pays a visit. So the tweet has been deleted. Or the owner has limited his account. Okay. Here's what he said right here. Quote tweets Fox News and says, one ambitious and driven Ole Miss student has the opportunity to do the funniest thing tonight. How are you supposed to, like, these are evil pieces of shit, dude. This is who the left is. This is who they are. They are evil. They are twisted. They are sadistic. They're bad people, dude. It's really unbelievable. So yes, he has protected his tweets because of course he has. And I knew that was going to happen. So I bookmarked it and I screenshotted it, but I have it on my phone. But I'm like, this dude is going to protect his tweets, or he's going to delete the tweet as soon as he got called out on it. And obviously that's exactly what has happened so far. So unbelievable, man. Disgusting pieces of garbage. That's the left in a nutshell. Let me see. Oh, this right here. Hang on. I got to find this. on that note about the left, like, if you don't agree with this, then that's fine. But I 100% agree with this clip right here. I got to find it. God, I've got so many bookmarks that it's hard to keep up with all of them. But it was right here. Okay, this is so on point. So Nick Fuentes was on with Tucker Carlson, and a lot of people got upset about that. A lot of people were crying about that. A lot of people were whining about it. This clip in particular is so freaking awesome, and it's upsetting people big time. Okay, so check this out right here. Here we go.
This is controversial, but they have to crush the other side.
Oh. That's right. Oh, that's right. 100 fucking %. Absolutely.
You have to, because you can do one of two things. You cannot challenge the left.
That's
and
right.
let them do their thing.
And then they're going to just run you over, and eventually when they get power, they're going to crush you.
Or you can utterly confront them and defeat them. And
you destroy them completely. Destroy everything about them. Put the mayors in jail. Put the governors up on the Insurrection Act for sedition. Put all the people that were...
Deathu says another Asman clip. What the fuck? Now I'm going to pull up 5 more Asman clips just because you said that. Just because you said that. 5 more Asman clips. Say it again. Make it 6.
Doing the shit in front of the detention centers, put them in mandatory prison labor camps. Any of them that are violent, authorize the police officers to respond with violence to them. Immediately, completely shut it down. Bring in the military if you need to. Bring in the National Guard. Do whatever you need to do. Look and find out who's funding this. Take those people, charge them with incitement for terror.
This is the type of attitude that it has to take. The left is a disease. Social justice is a disease. Identity politics is a disease. I've been saying it for years. What do you do with a disease? What do you do? This is simple. What do you do with the disease? Do you go, well, as long as the disease is staying right there and it's not bothering anyone, let's just not worry about it? No. You get rid of the disease. If you don't get rid of the disease starts to spread. Once the disease starts to spread, at some point, the disease becomes so powerful and starts overtaking the body that it eventually kills it. When you allow a disease to spread unchecked, eventually it will kill everything in its path. This is social justice. This is the left right here. Eliminate the disease. Simple as that. No questions asked. They hate you. They want you dead. They want your family dead. They want your friends dead. They want you fired from your job. They want you to lose everything you've ever had. This is who they are.
Put them in Guantanamo Bay. Like, I'm talking about scorched earth, Old Testament. Get them the fuck out. That's what I would do. Thank God. Super prison? Yeah. So basically the Republic is dead? No, the Republic is alive. An election was held, and the will of the people is being upheld.
Remove hope from the equation. If you resist, you will be arrested.
That's
like
right.
We're just this
exactly.
Isn't it?
Yes, make it to where there is not even a possibility that you're going to get away with it.
Yeah, like what? Why don't people in cities that actually uphold the law? Why don't people feel confident to go break the law like they do in blue cities? Why do they not come to red areas and do the same thing they do in blue cities? Because they know that they will be held accountable. They know exactly what's going to happen in the red area. So they go to the blue area where they're not held accountable. Set the tone, set a standard.
insurrection. There's
hold up.
From the equation. If you resist, you will be arrested. Like this is an insurrection.
That's right.
There's 10 million people here illegally. We're getting them out. You're rioting. You're going to jail too.
Done. Finished. Fuck them.
Like it has to be crushed.
Yep.
But if you do anything less than that, if you do
authoritarianism, it's not authoritarianism. It's called the law. I'm not trying to invent a new law. I'm saying we apply the existing laws to the people that are breaking them. That's it.
And you know how I ran across this? Because this right here, this guy tweeted it. Why do people hate me? Or quote, why do people hate me? I have moderate positions. The moderate positions. And he plays that clip. Asman responded, this is the moderate position. This is the moderate position. We don't want them here. We voted for them to get the F out. We voted for this. This is the moderate position. Good Lord, man. Like, it's unbelievable that we're still having these conversations. So, beautiful that so many people are getting crushed right now. And the people are just done with it. People are done with like pussyfooting around with these people. No more. Just like today when I kept seeing like I was responding to hang on. I was responding to a few people today, and it's just like, I'm done with your bullshit. I'm done playing your games. I don't care. No one cares. We're fed up. Some of my responses today were right here. I responded, so Pokimane, massive female Twitch streamer, virtue signaler, makes this post. I've gotten a lot of comments asking me to speak on recent news, and why I didn't tweet sooner is because I felt the focus should be on the victims and allegations. But it also felt wrong to say anything. Sexual assault and harassment should be taken seriously, regardless of gender or of the perpetrator or victim. There's already so much shame associated with speaking out on these experiences, when in reality, shame should lie with the abuser. If I'm ever slow to comment on things like this, it's because these situations bring up a lot of emotions of my past trauma, which I don't know if I'll share publicly. I hope this makes my stance clear. So I just responded with, get back in the kitchen. It's really like, there's nothing else to say. Get back in the kitchen. Get back in the kitchen. Make me a sandwich. Get off Twitter and make me a sandwich. Simple as that. The day is moving away from us. Let's get some sandwiches made. Ain't nobody got time for your, let me make this all about me bullshit. So I haven't been blocked yet, which I'm very upset about, but maybe we'll get to it. But ultimately, get in the kitchen and make some sandwiches. You'll be much better suited for that. Okay. And I've had a few, responses today, the JD Vance, because this is when Tectone responded to JD calling out Hassan. And he's like, our 48th president calling out Hassan. And I'm like, 48, baby. Let's freaking go. We had this one. So when Chuck Schumer's tweet, I just said how hard I pronounce the F in fuck yeah, I voted for this. Just no, I don't care. There was this one right here where somebody said, you voted for a guy that talks about Twitch streamers like it feels good to you? And I was like, yes. And I just used this. Like, yeah, this is exactly what I voted for right here. And he's like, that's so embarrassing. I'm so sorry. And it's like, you can't shame me. This is my future president right here. This needs to be his official portrait when he becomes number 48. This I demand this is the official picture. This one right here. Boom. He will win in a Reagan-esque landslide if this is his picture. All right. Laughing Man says, we're all sorry, Jeremy. But yeah, man, it's been a fun day. It's been a fun day. On top of all that, ladies and gentlemen, something happened today. Sir, Lord of the Rings memes have dropped. Oh, yeah. Department of Homeland Security dropped a Lord of the Rings meme. The board is set. The pieces are moving. We come to it at last. The great battle of our time. There won't be a Shire, Pippin. This is so good. This is so good. There won't be a Shire, Pippin. I can't tell you how happy I made this one. This one made me. This was so good. But as per usual, it sparked a movement. And the movement is in these comments right here. These comments are glorious. There you have it. Daily Roman updates right here. Homeland Security. So it begins. Mill Earth Mixer does this. They respond for Frodo. Yes. There's Gary. Patriots in control. This is great, dude. Right here. Deportations.
Deportations. Stop them. Jail them. Put them on a plane. Deportations. Stop them. Jail them. Put them on a plane. Deportation.
Oh man, this one's amazing. I will not risk open war. Open war is upon you, whether you risk it or not. Yes. This is why nerd culture is so important right here. All right. This is beautiful. You know, a bunch of weirdos that loved Rings of Power are losing their minds over this right now. Oh, boy. Oh, this is so good, man. So, yeah. You're full of surprises, Mr. Baggins. Oh, man. Yeah, it's pretty great. So this is going to have another meltdown. This is going to create another one. So just be prepared for it. But yeah, this is where we are. There won't be a Shire, Pippin. Jake the Movie Geek says South Park is doing another anti-Trump episode. I guess this whole season is TDS. I miss when South Park had episodes of the boys just being the boys. Yeah. I mean, I had no problem. Like, you know, when the South Park stuff first started with, you know, all the, you know, the Trump stuff, I was like, whatever, man. South Park goes after everybody. It's beyond that now, man. It's full on TDS. Like they clearly are broken and they're not going to recover from it. They have full on TDS now. I actually responded to that post right here because this is just where they are. This is the post. South Park, all new episode October 31st. And of course, you know, you see Trump, you see, you know, like, so I just responded with GG's guys. Like, it was a good run for South Park, but you guys are completely lost, man. I mean, they have been for a while, but they are truly lost now. They're the Angry Joe phase of it. They just don't have a clue anymore. And Trump derangement syndrome has completely blinded them. So there's just nothing left for them. So rolling with that $100, where do we have you now? We got him at 219 subscribers. We need to get him to 254, right? We gotta get him to 254. And he's gonna send me, like, he said Laughing Man will send a $500, right? Is that what it was? Maybe it was Laughing Man's gonna send the 500. I'm not sure. But there you have it, Roland. We got you moving. So we'll see what happens by the end of the show, brother. Hail to the 199. Slain Hope says, don't ask what farmers do with litters of kittens. Don't want to know. The internet certainly doesn't. Ministry of Wrong Think says he bragged about being defended by PETA, who were sued for stealing pets and euthanizing them. PETA's terrible. If that's your claim to fame, then you're in trouble. Ministry of Wrong Think for 20 says Dan Clancy was about to testify before the House over accusations against Twitch, but due to the shutdowns, it was postponed, meaning when the government resumes, they can use every controversy that broke in the last month against Twitch. I just don't see a way where Twitch survives this, man. I really don't. Like, I don't understand how they can survive this. I don't know how they've survived this long, to be fair, but it's Twitch is a terrible platform. So I'll be interested to see what happens with Dan Clancy once he has to go and answer for all the shit that they've done. Let's see here. Blast Radio says Hamas Piker says, but there's a genocide going on in Trump post memes every time. Tay says D Gay Cobra. Pat K199 says welfare recipients are the fastest economic group. Slain Hope says Dems want to give our tax dollars to health insurance and cheap food corporations for donor money while stuffing ballots boxes with illegal alien votes. DJ Crimson Steel says, if you want to watch something funny and batshit insane, watch the video that says Alex Jones is Bill Hicks by a crazy conspiracy nut named Odd TV Wild. I feel like I've seen that one before. I think. Cam Man says, get me to 500 and I promise to still call you gay. See there? We're going to get you to 500. That's going to be the next goal. Next goal. All right, Cam Man? Just keep reminding me we're going to get you there. Is it? I don't know how you say it. Strigoy says, any plans to discuss DeSantis moving to restrict the use of H-1B visas at Florida universities? I wasn't aware of that, but I think that's a good move, but I can look into it, but I was not aware of that. Maga Mike says, Sydney Sweeney likes hot dogs. Yes, she does. And I have that clip right here. Chat, I should grift it, but I'm not, because I just appreciate all of you. I'm not even going to grift it. Mainly because I want to look at it too. But it's a really good picture. It's a really good picture. This is Sydney Sweeney at the World Series eating a hot dog. You're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, that is a great picture. That is a great picture. It makes me happy to see this. So that, you know, like, I don't know what else to say. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Here's another one right here. Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, this is a good picture. You know what else is good? John freaking Murdoch, 450. Says, hey, Jeremy, subscribe to Roland. Check. But gay CobraCast merch. Or buy gay CobraCast merch. Check. Call Jeremy gay. Check. Wish happiness to Jessica. Check. 2 hats and a cap. Didn't buy the CobraCast shirt. Already got a blue one. Chat lives matter. Mod lives matter. Happy Jessica. Let's go. John freaking Murdoch. Buying up all the merch, getting all the checks in. That's what I'm talking about. Hail to you, John. Thank you so much for the support, brother, as always. Cosmic Cowboy says, leftists hate the Lord of the Rings, so much. These Lord of the Rings memes are so good. They did make my day as well. I laughed pretty hard. Always happy to have liberals cry. I couldn't believe it when I saw it, dude. I texted Gary immediately. I'm like, bro, Twitter right now. And there it was. Gary was freaking out over him. John for 10 says South Park will go the way of Stephen Colbert. They think they are the new mouthpiece for We Hate Trump. I agree. That's exactly what's going to happen. I don't anticipate that this is going to go well for them personally. So Axel Foley says, it is disrespectful. Is it disrespectful to say Erica is smoking hot? I don't think so. It's just factual. So there's nothing really factual about it. Let's see. MAGA Mike says people upset at free speech are not MAGA. MAGA Mike says if they do the crime, they do the time. Preston says based Asmongold. Steel Leg of History says you have always been kind to me, Jeremy. I can't thank you enough to help me get close to my goal of 830 for the month. You are not a fig. Be blessed. Hey, thank you, brother. Congratulations on your success, man. That's awesome. Methla says, Jeremy, you're always complaining about the anti-Israel crowd, but I don't see them in your chat. Where are you seeing these people? Is it on Twitter? They've been in my chat before. Absolutely. But yeah, they get really mad that I've memed them. So they've they're not as vocal anymore. But they absolutely have been in this chat a lot. Just wait. Somebody will pop up right now and start crying about it, saying I'm bought and paid for by Israel or some bullshit like that. Because that's where the whole Mossad meme came from, was me saying like, yeah, I'm paid by Mossad and I got invited to go to the wall and I messed up because I thought that they said whizzing wall. So I peed on the wall. I mean, being from Alabama, it's what we do. We pee in the lawn, we pee on the walls. And so I thought they said whizzing wall. And so I was getting paid by them, but then I peed on the wall and suddenly the checks stopped coming. So I need super chats now. So what do you do? I don't know. You know, I thought I met Ben Shapiro. When I met Ben Shapiro on my Israel trip, I'm going to be honest, I've never seen Ben in person. So I thought I didn't know you're supposed to call them little people. So I said, hey, a midget. And oh shit, they got so mad about that. Cause like, they're like, that's Ben Shapiro. I'm like, oh shit. And they're like, and it's not midget, it's little person. And I'm like, oh shit. So like I fucked up a lot on my Israel trip. It went all bad. It went all bad. Oof. So yeah, it just is bad. So I'm back here grifting away to try to, make up for lost funds. Anyway, Soundwave Superior says, sickness must be purged. 199, no more beardos. 100% of what I just said is a fucking meme, by the way, because now some people are going to run with this and think that I really went and I really did all this. Like, no, I'm memeing. MAGA Mike says, FBI just federally charged 9 people involved with the viral clip trapping law enforcement under a bridge, throwing bricks at them a month or so ago. You know what's funny? Every day the Dark Knight Rises becomes more accurate. You guys were always like, there's no way, there's nothing realistic about trapping cops underground. And I'm like, The Dark Knight Rises once again is proving to be a documentary. Christopher Nolan ahead of his time again. Many people are like, such a stupid plot, trapping all the cops underground. There you have it. There you have it. Nolan wins again. Let's see here. Minister of Wrong Thing says that one does not simply walk into Bordor. Kevin Cron says, Jeremy, late and fig for Among Us. Yeah, I'll get there. Durka with a gifted membership. Thank you. John freaking Murdoch says, hey, Jeremy, did you see the clip of Trump introducing the Japanese prime minister chick and she literally jumped around in a circle for joy? I didn't see that one. If somebody has that clip for me, they can tag me on Twitter and I can check it out. I didn't see that particular clip, though. No, I did not. But I would love to check that out. I have not seen that one. So if somebody tags me, I will check that out. Jay Chancellor says that Sweeney pick could even make Gary go for the Dodgers. Miniature Front Thing says YouTube made us use @ in order to stop trolling via names. Remember to always use a burner meme account to troll so you don't lose your main handle. Yeah, because a lot of the meme accounts are going to go away with all this, which really sucks. It really sucks. John Wayne says, any man who says that Sweeney is mid is or not his type is 100% confirmed fig without question or debate. Yeah. Yeah. The police chase? I don't know if I can watch a police chase right now. Fuck. I always want to see a good police chase. Always. Roland is almost at 100, by the way. The 100 that we wanted to get him, he's almost there. He's almost there. Okay, let me check my notifications. Damn it. We got a fucking police chase. I can't not watch a police chase. Like, I can't. I have to watch it.
I mean, I just could not believe the speeds that we were seeing earlier on Martin Luther King Jr. If there's someone that is out there and they're trying...
He's... The moment we tune in, he's on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Of course he is. Of course he is.
On a surface street. And as I try to look in here, check this out too, Pat. I think we've got tints on the windshield. So we can't even see inside the windshield of this car, right? It's I don't know that I've ever seen that before. It just kind of seems indicative of almost like professional criminal behavior, what we're seeing as far
and you know what?
You've got that, and the way they're driving, and yeah, it's just very, very disturbing all the way around.
I've seen people get stopped for having that kind of tint on their cars and get ticketed for it. So, I mean, if that's the case, that's not necessarily legal, is it, to have the windows tinted that dark? Not the driver.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh boy. Yeah, Pat, I'm not sure if you still have my picture up here. I noticed it might be having some technical glitches, but we are keeping with this regardless onto Washington Boulevard, and more wrong-way driving up to 70 miles an hour, and just totally crazy stuff.
Oh, there was a car that was stopped on the roadway there. Can I ask you a question, Des? Has this person? Oh, what is this?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
This just. And they don't seem to show any signs of stopping.
No, I mean, not at all. My only hope is that, there wasn't a lot of gas in the tank, because the way they are driving, just slamming on the gas pedal like that and going back and forth, that, hopefully they are consuming gas pretty quickly. And what are we dealing? I think this is a Toyota. I think it's a Toyota Camry.
That is a Camry. I'm pretty sure that's a Camry.
Are actually pretty capable as far as how much speed they have. I think some of them might be turbocharged 6-cylinder engines, 300 or so horsepower. So, they can definitely get up and move, and this vehicle is proving that as we're on Washington Boulevard here. And look at all the stop traffic that they are trying to get through, and through La Brea, some of the busiest streets in mid-city LA right now.
And so far, this is just LAPD, correct?
Yeah, so far, we just LAPD. This kind of strikes me as one of those pursuits where it's going to stay that way. I mean, we haven't really been on the freeway very much anyway, but with it being as serious as it is, and it sounds like it was undercover agents that may have been, watching this all kind of transpire, and because we're talking about such serious stuff, that certainly while we're on Surface Street, I think it's going to continue to be LAPD. And there was some talk earlier. We heard briefly about spike strips potentially, but I think the suspect
no
has
signal
been going
on that turn.
too fast and too erratically as far as where they've been going. That.
Okay, we just lost our picture again, Des, but I'm sure it's going to come back here shortly. We've been having these intermittent hits and misses with our having some technical issues getting our chopper shot there, so we'll try to effort it for you. Well, we just got it back and then lost it again.
What type of operation are you running here?
Damage I'm seeing on this car tells me this driver does not care if he crashes. He's just trying to get away. Let me try.
Okay, I believe you're back with us. Hey, Desmond.
Yeah, I do apologize for that. I'm not sure we're having some gremlins up here, but so yeah, we're kind of in the mid-city area right here, not too far West Adams, out onto Adams Boulevard right now. But I was just saying how
You see him turning all of these circles now, just driving around these surface streets. Again, I don't believe he knows this area. This is going to be right around Mid-City. I wonder if he's looking for an on-ramp to get onto the 10 freeway. But he's really speeding, and this has been going on for quite some time now. So he's bound to run out of fuel. And then that's when it might get dicey. You know, we've seen these carjacking suspects get out of their pursuit vehicles, carjack somebody else, and then carry on. So we're keeping an eye on where he's going and how many gas stations are around as he passes this Arco. And we're keeping an eye on the time, too, because, again, he is bound to run out of fuel as he blows through yet another red light and drives past this traffic. I think everybody in the area must know by now that there is an LAPD pursuit, a high-speed LAPD pursuit going on.
Ooh, those intersections make me nervous, man. Makes me nervous.
Yeah, and you just saw LAPD throwing out those spike strips. I can't tell if this driver actually went over the spikes, if it did any damage to these tires, but we'll see soon enough if this is going to disable the vehicle. Yeah, it's headed east right now. Looks to me like this is just south of the 10 freeway. I think he might be looking for an on-ramp to get onto the freeway. So this is headed back to where we first picked it up, from the Mid-City area toward USC. Let me see. Let me try and reacquire and then actually zoom in on a street sign. I do apologize. This is a lot easier when we've got that map overlay up here in the helicopter, but it's one of those days. At least we have the scanners and we can hear what LAPD is saying. Looks to me like this is still south of the 10 freeway. This might be headed south now. So again, back toward where this started in the city of Compton, but it's LAPD in pursuit. I have not heard them say anything about handing this off to another agency or calling for additional help yet. That sometimes can happen on the freeway when they call in CHP, but this has not gotten on the freeway yet.
I just think it's so symbolic that when we started this, he was on Martin Luther King Boulevard. It's just freaking perfect.
Yeah, I mean, they've been following very close behind, and Booth, let me just take this address bar off because the map is actually frozen. We don't have that option right now. But yeah, Annabelle, you mentioned this was driving on the wrong side of the road. This driver does not seem to care about the rules of the...
Yeah, he's being very aggressive. Like, this guy really, like, I hate to say it, but I feel like this is going to end very badly. The only thing that could save this guy is if he runs out of gas, or save it is this guy runs out of gas, but he's pretty aggressive.
Strips. I don't think they did anything here. Okay, I got a street sign now without the map working. It passed Western Avenue just a moment ago. Which way is this headed? This is headed south now, southeast. Passing... Yeah, still on a major, and I wonder if this driver is going to try and get off this major now to avoid all of this traffic, because he's not moving very quickly.
Uh-oh. 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 Oh, shit. Those intersections are wild, man. Those intersections are, like, that makes me nervous every time they do the intersection. Oh.
Yeah.
Who's she talking to? This is like Geeks and Gamers level production for these guys. Oh boy. Oh, you got a person walking. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness, and you saw that pedestrian crossing the street who had to basically scamper out of the way there. I don't know if she realized it was a pursuit or just a reckless driver, but yeah, we don't have to speculate here about why LAPD is not letting this driver go when we've seen officers let so many other pursuits go. I mean, look at that, driving on the wrong side of the road. and avoiding another near crash there. We don't have to speculate about why they're still pursuing this driver. I think it's because this is related to that earlier carjacking.
What? Of course they're pursuing him, lady.
Serious here. So there could be something else. We haven't heard again about a possible hostage in the vehicle with the driver. And as it gets darker out, you can see the night sun, the spotlight from the LAPD helicopter. They're still watching this from overhead as well, but very much still in active pursuit. You see that cruiser right behind this suspect, flashing lights on, a good indicator to other drivers in the area. And this is just south of downtown near the Exposition Park area. Indicating to other drivers that this is a pursuit. I do see other drivers. You saw that pedestrian maintaining a safe distance now. But yeah, you got to wonder what people on the roads are thinking right now.
Spoilers. I can tell you exactly what they're thinking right now. And they're all saying the same words that I say when I'm driving around. The same words we all say. Can't say them here on YouTube.
I think this driver is trying to get back into familiar territory, back to where this started near South LA, Compton. Again, this is winding its way through surface streets now in the Exposition Park area.
Gamer words are the best. 100% agree. Uh-oh. Have we lost a visual? I mean, I'm going to be honest. Like, I'd appreciate it if this criminal could be a little more, like...
And they'll know for sure when they take this suspect into custody.
I wish he would be a little more thoughtful about the people that are watching from the internet. Like, could you at least take our feelings into consideration? Get within camera view so we can see this. You know what I mean? Like, is that too much to ask?
Or helicopter camera, but I did catch another street sign here, so this is now going to be south of USC, south of downtown. It was headed down 54th Street before it turned right just now. It's going through this very crowded intersection. Let me widen out now and show you how many more LAPD units are behind this now, and they all have their lights and sirens turned on still. This is still an active pursuit. This is not one of those tracking situations where we only see the helicopter and its spotlight on the pursuit vehicle. This is an active high-speed pursuit. The driver still doing illegal maneuvers down here.
This is bad. This is bad.
As it comes up on more traffic. You
This
see
is-
all these cars here.
Oh,
You see that
shit.
truck trying to pull out of that alleyway. Let me go in with the doubler and see what this driver is trying to do. Yeah, making a left turn here.
Yep. You bet he's watching CobraCast as 8 o'clock?
Yeah, and I think he finally, he found an on-ramp. I think he's getting on the 110 freeway. Yeah. Let me take
He's
a
getting
look.
on the
We are
freeway?
actually-
That's going to be a good camera view
this
for
is
us.
tricky for us because we're getting into LAX airspace, so we're going to have to shoot this from a distance.
Oh, that's... What? Oh, LAX. Never mind. That's the airport. So they can't fly into that area. I see what they're saying there. I didn't know what I thought they meant, like just like territory of another place. I get the LAX thing though. They can't fly into that airspace.
Yeah, I mean, you see the headlights, you see the taillights. Whichever way he decided to go on the 110, this is going to be tough. But based on the way he was driving, I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to just cut into that carpool lane and go that way down the 110.
All right. Well, this feed. So I'm on one of these police chase channels. So they're just getting the best feed that they can. They're going to keep switching to whatever the best feed is. And the traffic looks to be extremely bad right now. That's on the 110. So it shows his
He does. It looks like he's committed, at least at this point. We have Manchester, I believe he's coming up on. He's going all the way across the lanes. He might go into that that fast track lane. Let's see. But he's going to continue southbound. We're going to have to make a move to get back to the south of the airspace that we cannot go through right now. So I think we're going to make that move right now, and we'll try to keep it as long as we can here. Jim, let's go ahead and make the move.
Police chases are awesome as long as no one innocent gets hurt. That's the rule. Police chases are awesome as long as no one innocent gets hurt. Okay? Bad traffic. You should see the traffic we get here in the UK. I mean, I've been to Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia may have the worst traffic in the entire country. I don't know. It's definitely top 5 if it's not the worst. But Atlanta, Georgia has some of the worst traffic, period.
Absolutely, yes. And there he goes, crossing the lines. That's the vehicle. And you'll see the LAPD has dropped back a little bit because of that traffic. They're going to cut through traffic there. He's almost to the 105 freeway.
Nathan says, hi, here from EFAP. Well, hello.
Imperial Highway and the 105. So we'll try to keep a shot on him as long as I can. That's the skid that's getting in our shot. But we can't help it because we're flying to the east to get around this airspace. Looks like he might be getting off there. He's all the way off to the right-hand side of the freeway. And yes, I think he just, well, it's hard to say.
Okay, so let me, whoever's driving this car, you're probably not watching CobraCast, but if someone knows him, can someone let him know that he needs to get within an area where the helicopters can follow him so that we can get entertainment out of this? And also, please don't hit any innocent bystanders. That's all we ask. Okay, that's all we ask. It's not a big deal. I don't think we're asking a lot.
Eastbound.
Chad agrees with me. Get back in view so that we can see this. And by the way, I'd just like to say that I am having a very tough job right now. Okay, so.
Yeah, we have good news. He's going eastbound on Imperial, so we're going to be able to intercept it here in just a couple minutes. There's the car. We can still see him there just ahead of the lights.
Joseph says I'm handling this car chase very well. Thank you. It's very tough, but it's we're getting there. We're getting there. It's a tough job.
On Imperial. I'm losing him here quite a bit, but we should see him in just a minute. We will be over Imperial here in about 2 minutes or less. And there's the vehicle popping back out. There's the night sunlight from the airship overhead. Eastbound, trying to get the cross street. He's approaching right now. Must have hit the gas because there it is. Okay, approaching. Oh, let me get.
Hard work tax. Thank you. And I see we do have a new Truth Social post from President Trump. So
northbound turn.
Uh-oh. All right, here we go. We're back in. All right, we're back in business.
Here, just north of Imperial.
Public housing.
And we have at least six units in pursuit.
Public housing? Why would someone that was on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard be in the public housing section? We're starting to figure out the demographic here.
Speed, hard to keep a track of him. He's going to be coming out to 112th Street, and narrow streets in there for sure. A lot of people out on foot, and a lot of vehicles still in this area, but he's going to be probably looking for a place to bail out here.
Yeah, this is going to be the end. He's
southbound on Zamora. and he's going to be going
Oh, yeah.
back towards the 105 freeway, and I'm sure he's looking for a place to.
What? 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 No. No, 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 no. What? Okay. Okay. We gotta, police chase. Police chase. Gotta be kidding me, bro. Come on. How the hell do they lose a feed like that? Seriously. Like, how does that happen? Is this it right here?
Yeah, when you want to deploy a spike strip, you want an operational area. One meaning that it's safe for the officers to deploy the spike strip. What kind of spike strip are you throwing? Is it like a tack strip where it's 3 parts and all of a sudden it becomes one long one? And then also, are you funneling the suspects toward the
All right, we're back. Wait, no, we're not. Fuck.
deployment of that?
All right, you're watching this pursuit. It continues on. In the middle of your shot there, you can see the emergency lights. They continue to be on the move as they go through the Watts area. So the pursuit is continuing. We're staying on top of it and gathering as much information.
That's not the same one, is it? This is earlier, right? That's earlier.
Right there. So bear with us as we figure this out, and keep in mind we're at 6:28 right now. In about a minute, we're going to be throwing it over to World News, but we will continue our coverage.
And how it was
Okay,
plainclothes
here we go.
officers that it sounds like noticed this person come out and then get into a waiting vehicle.
Oh, we're back. We're back. We're back.
So there's definitely some dots being connected, and now we're in this housing project off of Imperial Highway and Zamora, off of like Imperial and just east of Avalon, and we've seen quite a few pursuits end in this neighborhood before, and the suspect has just kind of been hanging.
Did he just say that we've seen quite a few pursuits end in this neighborhood? Oh my God. I can't believe he just said that shit.
That here we go, out and running again.
Wow.
And you know what? This and leaving the car in drive, and now they're out. And okay, we've got 2 helicopters overhead trying to keep tabs on this one, but this is what I thought was going to happen, because the last time they got out and ran in that neighborhood, they ran into a dense neighborhood. They immediately, one of them went into a unit, and then a bunch of people came out and kind of started interfering with LAPD. Here we go. Those are the officers looking for him. And here we go. Okay, so they still have him under the spotlight right now, off of Hooper and 114th. Yeah. And these guys are booking it. Here's one with a white shirt, and look at all these other people that are starting to come out as well. And it's so confusing and so chaotic for LAPD when they're looking.
I feel
for
bad
4
for the
people,
cops. I feel bad
and
for the
then
cops.
all these other people come
I really
out
do.
and kind of get involved in this.
Make it more confusing.
I feel terrible for the cops.
And I mean, we've got officers out here running all over the place, and just people kind of getting mixed up in this situation. And they may have gone inside one of these units, just like earlier. So it really seems like there's no question.
I feel bad for the cops.
All right, Desmond, we're going to go to CBS Evening News on Channel 2, but we continue this pursuit over on KCAL 9. So our viewers, we're picking up this pursuit where these suspects have gotten out of the vehicle. I saw at least 2, but Desmond, of course, you can correct me on that if I'm wrong. They exited this vehicle after stopping in an apartment building unit in Watts, and now police officers are trying to find out where they are. But they also had a group of people that obviously came out of those apartment buildings and just start running, which to me almost looked like they were just trying to confuse officers even
Oh, you're
more.
kidding. No way. That would never happen in this really, really upstanding neighborhood that all of these police chases have ended in. I mean, certainly there wouldn't be people that would be
Happened that last time as well, where we had suspects that were kind of just they were driving around this community for a little bit. They were waiting. People came out, and then they got out and jumped into a crowd and tried to blend in with people, and that was a very difficult situation for LAPD, and then they ended up getting in another car and leaving, and that involved this exact same community, and it was the same tactic that suspects used earlier today, and I believe I saw 4 get out of the vehicle, and in fact,
He said it involved the same community.
at least 1 or 2 of them were wearing the same clothes that were being worn by the suspects earlier this afternoon. So there is no doubt a connection there. We can't say definitively that all 4 of them were, that it was the same 4 people, but definitely a very strong suspicion that at least it was at least one of those 4 that was involved from earlier today. And just like they did earlier, they got out, they bolted from the car. They were able to run very, very quickly. They split up. People came out. It was a confusing situation. And now, I mean, even with the helicopter overhead, they were not able to keep tabs on all 4 of them. Just noticing the spotlight out on this building right here where, you know, they may be holed up.
So let's recap. I'm just telling you what the news said, okay? So the news said that there has been many police chases that have ended in the same area. They said that there was a police chase earlier that ended in this same community. They said that the suspects got out of the vehicle and ran into a crowd of people that looked the same as them so that they would blend in. This is what the news station said, not me.
Earlier pursuit were detained. So if that's the case, I thought I saw 2 this time around, but if you said 4, then we're talking about 6 people that could possibly be involved.
Yeah, and you know, so it was 4 earlier today, and we saw 4 get out of the vehicle and run here. And you know, if that's, and now here's the thing too, is that the person that, you know, LAPD was suspecting from earlier was the person who got in a waiting car. So there must have already been 3 people waiting in the car. Were they the 3 people from earlier today, and then we have the 3 plus 1, or was it, you know, one of the people from earlier today, and then
Hey, they got him.
You know, and completely different people.
They have them?
You know, once again, we have people coming that have absolutely nothing to do with this, with LAPD pursuing allegedly, you know, violent suspects with multiple.
Let me repeat, or let me so the news is basically saying community leaders are now getting involved to help out the situation. Community leaders.
And we saw them getting in LAPD's face earlier today at that other community, the same thing. And LAPD at one point was talking about setting up a skirmish line, and they had to call in for help because people were making themselves involved in something that had, you know, nothing to do with them. And it looks like that's happening again. We just had to kind of move again for LAX right now, so that's why our shot got a little bit farther away. But so yeah, it's basically deja vu from earlier today, Pat.
Oh wow! And I see quite a few units. I would suspect that more will be coming to the area since we see people just running
we're getting scared
out of buildings to be involved, and they're not supposed to be. You know, I don't want to say to join in the melee because it hasn't got to that point yet. And we certainly hope that it doesn't, but more and more people are running to the scene where these suspects have gotten out, ran, and obviously gone into some of these apartment units.
Yeah, and like I said, it's also just deja vu because this same thing has happened at this exact same community before, where suspects got out and ran, and you know, they were wearing hoodies, and then they immediately ran into a group of a bunch of other people that were also wearing hoodies.
Wearing hoodies. Holy dude, this is amazing.
To, you know, find the right suspects here when you have a lot of people that are wearing similar clothing out here. So we had to move basically well south of the 105 right now because I think LAPD needed some extra space for their helicopters, and then it's also barely in LAX's airspace. So actually, my pilot Dylan is doing a great job dealing with all this. Was telling me that apparently Hawthorne Airport, because we're also on the final approach for them, they had an incoming flight, so we had to get out of the way for them. Hopefully we can move back in shortly to get a better view at this. But you know, we may have the suspect hold up again in another unit if this is, you know, someone else that they know, or if this is where they live, or a family member, or what the deal is. But it's almost a verbatim repeat of what we had earlier this afternoon.
I since he just said hoodies, I think it's important to listen to this clip right here from Kirk Herbstreit of ESPN. talking about racial injustice. One of the great moments in sports history right here.
One of the most important things about social justice is the fact that players now have the courage to openly discuss.
I agree with all of what you guys are saying. It's remarkable to see players have an opportunity to come together, and that this show and Maria's given them that platform to be able to express how they feel. And I think it's great. I also think that if you're a white player in these locker rooms, I think it's incumbent upon you to really help with the change. I saw Dylan Bowles there from Stanford involved. And I think, Trevor Lawrence at Clemson has been involved. I think it's one thing to have rallies. It's one thing to skip a practice because of social injustice. It's one thing for the NBA and the NFL to miss games, to make a statement. Those things are great. But my question is, what's next? What does that lead to? You go back to practice the next day. What will lead to change? And I really think, I was talking to David Shaw, the head coach at Stanford, who really, he and I had a great talk. I love listening to his wisdom and his thoughts. And he shared a quote to me and reminded me from Benjamin Franklin. He said, justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. And I think that's what I mean when I think the black community is hurting. If you've listened, and the word empathy and compassion over these last 4 months, how do you listen to these stories and not feel pain and not want to help? You know what I mean? It's like wearing a hoodie and putting your hands at 10 and 2. Oh God, I better look out because I'm wearing Nike gear. Like what? What are we talking about? And so you can't relate to that if you're white, but you can listen and you can try to help, because this is not okay. It's just not.
It's not.
And we got to do better, man. We got to like lock arm in arm and be together. And in a football locker room, that stuff is gone. Those barriers are gone. And we got to do better.
It's one of the things and why sports can be such.
Oh no, it physically hurts. It physically hurts to watch it again. It's been so long since watching that. Oh my goodness. Wow. I mean, I think it's symbolic. I'm sitting in a jail cell right now. Okay. So, hey. And we have not made enough for me to make bail, so I'm still here. So we'll see what happens with that. So maybe one day I'll get out, but not now. Okay. John says, so what character would you be in Interstellar? Good movie, but not 2001. But 2001 is the best. See you at MegaCon, brother. See you at MegaCon. Well, undeniably, I would be Coop. I would be Cooper, 1000%. So Interstellar, my favorite movie ever made. W. Porter says, we'll have to settle for Sweeney now that Rosie O'Donnell's daughter might go to prison. Sorry, gentlemen. Sec 199 says, Jeremy no longer chosen, lost in the YouTube desert. You know it. Jesus says, all hail Cobra Commander Jeremy Jesus, Orlando, Florida. Hail to you, brother. Bird Up says, tagged you on Twitter about the Japanese Prime Minister. Noted. Unseen Dimension says, boobs is where I live constantly. I can't help it. There you go. I respect that. 8 o'clock says, Jeremy, with the new YouTube naming system, I want to be known as that. All right. So I have to say XX 8 o'clock XX _199. Full name every time. Is that the rule now? Is that the rule? Not looking forward to that one. Last Radio says, funny how the communist left are yelling about their rights now that they're rooted on and ignored how the J6 prisoners were treated under Biden. Happens every time like that, doesn't it? Every time. Jizz Corp Industries for 15 says, good day, Jeremy, or Gayremy. Alex Jones Cobra Commander impression inspired me to watch the 87 G.I. Joe movie first time since I was young, and needed every wall replaced after running through them once the intro finished. Go Joe. It's the greatest intro of any animated movie or show ever. 1000%. You can argue against the decisions made within the movie, and that's a valid concern. A lot of Joe fans don't like the movie, but the intro itself is the greatest intro of all time. It's a banger. The man bro dude for 10 says, yeah, that's right, Nancy. It looks like the suspects have that quick twitch fiber. Thank you, the man bro dude. Tiger Blake in the chat says BVS is better than Interstellar. We're going to ban you. Sorry. But yeah, we got to ban you. John freaking Murdoch says it's not okay. It's not okay. I can't do the impersonation of Kirk Herbstreit, though. I can't do it. It's too bad. Jesus says, Jeremy, progress on Geeks Gamers coming to Orlando, Florida. Yeah, I mean, again, we're plugging away at some options, but yeah, we're just keeping the grind open. So the more revenue we have coming in, the better chances we have for that. So that's why you can go buy some merch over on Ripasend, geeksgamers.com. I appreciate it. Jay Chancellor says, when Beardo finally loses it one day, Jeremy will stream the car chase and grift it. This is true. 1000%. John Wayne says, why must those heartless strangers be so heartless? Let's see. E.C. Thomason says, you see the Stephen Hawking's police chase video. I've seen so much Stephen Hawking's AI is out of control. I don't know if I've seen that one, though. Bearded Sports Psych says, that's Storm Shadow says, how come cops haven't used a blue shell yet? These are the important questions right here. Be Good Broadcast says, hard work tax. That's right. John says, your ability to grift has no bounds. I salute you, sir. I try. MAGA Mike says, Trump said the N-word, guys. He did in his True Social post. Two Penny Puppet says, what are we doing? JD Vance is killing it at Ole Miss. Yeah, I know he is, but I wasn't going to react to that because I was trying to make the gaming stream. It doesn't look like I'm going to make it over there. Jimbo199 says, are the people streaming this chase using Beardo's unupdated PC? Always works that way. Jesus says, LA cops suck pursuing. Florida would have stopped it big time. Beastie Man says, apes stronger together. Schizosaurus says, Trump just posted that we are testing our nukes again. Yep, he did. He dropped the literal nuke on everybody. You know who else just dropped one? Legalized adulthood in the house with a proper 199 IDOT of Defense Force, IDF, Unit 199, checking in. Where's my IDOT polo shirt? I am too respectable to be seen in some ghetto t-shirt. Hail the snake pits. Hopefully, our team is watching and listening right now. All right. The more requests you make, the better chances of us getting exactly what you want, because the sky is the limit with Ripasend. We can get whatever you want as long as there's enough numbers to justify it. Get whatever you want. And I mean, like right now, the numbers justify some Sydney Sweeney in the house. Everybody's happy about that, right? Everybody loves Sydney Sweeney, right? So let's freaking go. Boobs, boobs, boobs. Let's freaking go.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
Come on, baby. Come on. I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Beautiful white paint. It's coming down at 10,000 miles an hour. It's coming down at levels of speed that nobody ever even conceived of. Where it's rough, but it's coming, and now it's turned around. It turns around, and it's coming, and it's gonna. I said, oh. Because you see at that bottom, this section right here, that sucker's, oh.
There we go. And also, as per usual, 20 gifted memberships. Legalize adulthood in the house. Thank you, brother. All right, I'll work on the polos. All right. Noted, sir. Noted. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we want to just add a ton of stuff. It's just that this is the first rollout. You know, the 4 items that we have is the first rollout of stuff. So obviously what we want is it with the numbers, the more stuff we sell on this first run, the more confidence I'm going to have to open us up to even more stuff in the future. And maybe we don't sell a ton of polo shirts, but like everything, it's all about give and take. So it's like, maybe we don't sell as many polo shirts, but as long as we can sell a ton of t-shirts and hoodies and hats, then maybe we don't sell as many polos, but at least they're there and it makes up the difference for the stuff that does sell. So I don't know, maybe we will sell a ton of polos. I have no idea. So we shall see, but thank you so much, man. Sola Felix for 2 says, so you're saying the crowd were Irishmen like Ripa. 8 o'clock says, this sounds exactly like training days ending. Modalish says, we need Anthony Cumia's take on this. Joe Bitt says, I don't like Twitter, so I emailed you, LFG MAGA. Hell yeah, man. Thank you. Jared Armstrong says, Herb Street has cried multiple times since then. Has he? I don't pay a lot of attention to him outside of him commentating and stuff. Brady Burleson for 10 says, so this Javier Milei political party winning in Argentina. This is for Javier Milei's political party winning the Argentina midterms. That was a huge win. That was huge. Mullah Ram says Interstellar sucks. That's a lie, but that's okay. You can have retarded opinions. I support that. Modalich says, I want to help. With what? G&G? Hell yeah. Brian Stewart says, pull up the parrot no time for caution clip. I don't know if I've seen that one. I don't know what your name is. Watching that car chase was whack. Should have just watched the 48th do his speech. Probably a good call. Tay says, play the merch ad. You mean the one with drunk 3PO or Don 3PO?
Geeks and Gamers fans, this one's for you. Rep your fandom with our brand new merch drop featuring limited edition shirts and an all-new hat that's built for true iDots. These won't last long, so grab yours now at ripasend.com before they're gone. Hail the 199.
Jay is so good at that. Like, he legitimately is good at that. Like, that's just, the man knows what's up, man. He knows how to sell. He's a hell of a salesman. You can say a lot of things about Jay, but one thing you can't deny, the man is a good salesman. He's damn good at it. Let's see right here. Where are we at? Thank you for that. John freaking Murdoch for 20 says, G&G Crocs, I second the polos. All right. Jessica, screenshot these polo requests and send them straight to Tommy and let him know the people want polos. I don't think many people want Crocs, but they definitely want polos. So thank you, John. Midnight Light says, want an honest answer from Jared in the chat. I live in Orlando and I want to move to Colorado, Wyoming border, or Tennessee, maybe forever home. Which one? Okay. You live in Orlando and you want to move to either Colorado, Wyoming border, or Tennessee. Maybe that would be your forever home. Which one? I am not familiar. I mean, I've never really spent time in Colorado or Wyoming. I spent time in Tennessee. Tennessee is fucking beautiful. The mountains in Tennessee are amazing. So, I mean, I'm going to say Tennessee, but I don't really have a lot of experience with it, Colorado or Wyoming. So, so chat can maybe have a little more in-depth take on that, but I'm going to say Tennessee. Tennessee's beautiful. Let's see. Brian Stewart says, I have 3 siblings. The first is pretty normal. Second is nuts. And the third said you'd have to drop gifties if that got you. I was like, where is this going? Boom Delona for a proper 199 and says Play some beefcake for the ladies? All right, hang on. Let's see if we can find let's see what we can find for the ladies. I don't know if we can find anything. Let's see here. All right, I got one for the ladies. I got one. Are you ready? Ladies, are you ready? Here you go, ladies. Here it is. There it is. Ladies, you asked for it, okay? I mean, this is a real video, okay? That's a real video. That's a real video of President Trump. I confirmed it. It's not AI. It's 100% real. Trump is jacked beyond belief. So was that good? It's a proper 199. I gotta give the ladies, like, okay, give me a name, ladies. Who do you want? Who do you want to see? Who do you want to see? I'm waiting. I need answers. So, no, we're not putting Big Mike on screen. We're not putting Big Mike on screen. Angry Joe got excited. Holy crap, dude. No, we're not putting Big Mike on screen. Pete Hegseth, Henry Cavill. Pete, you want Pete Hegseth? Let's put that in my fucking search history. Hang on. Let's see. Okay. What is that? Oh, is this a NBC report? Here's an NBC report on Pete Hegseth. All right. Here you go, ladies. I don't know what, I guess they're complaining about his tattoo. There you go, ladies. So MSNBC has this video of Pete Hegseth.
An hours-long grilling for arguably President-elect Trump's most controversial pick, with heated questions from Democrats.
All I'm pointing out is the false claims against me. Okay, I take it you do not want to answer that question. Because of some of the people that have been in political power for the last 4 years.
Let's just
priorities
stop.
other than standards
Right there.
leave
You're not qualified, Mr. Hegseth. The hearing also putting a focus on allegations of controversial aspects of his faith, called out by protesters.
Members of the security.
Much of the outrage fueled by his tattoos, which include a symbol known as the Jerusalem cross on his chest, another saying Deus Vult, Latin for God wills it, and a common battle cry during the Crusades, the religious wars led by Catholics to convert Muslims a millennium ago. Those symbols also used by groups that associate with Christian identity. The Southern Poverty Law Center, which tracks hate groups, defines that as an anti-Semitic racist theology that asserts white people are favored by God in the Bible. That includes Christian nationalist and pro-Confederate groups, among those in full force during the January 6th Capitol attack. We spoke about those symbols with Matthew Taylor.
Look at the guy that they are having a conversation with that is going to call out Pete Hegseth. Are you kidding me?
Scholar on this topic and recent author of The Violent Take It by Force, the Christian movement that is threatening our democracy.
In both of these symbols, there's...
He sounds exactly like you. He sounds exactly like you would expect.
An invocation, or at least a reference to the Crusades. Now, the Jerusalem cross, that gets used all over the place. The Deus Vult tattoo tends to signal more far-right extremism. I do not know of any mainstream Christian groups or leaders who have embraced that in the modern world.
A U.S. military official told our Courtney Kuby in November that those tattoos prevented Hegseth from being on the D.C. National Guard security detail for President Biden's 2021 inauguration.
Oh, boo fucking who.
out of an abundance of caution for the symbol's alleged connections to those groups. Hegseth defended his tattoos to senators, saying he's been unfairly labeled as an extremist. He did not mention the Deus Vult tattoo, but did note the Jerusalem cross even appeared at the funeral of President Jimmy Carter last week.
On the front page of his program was the very same Jerusalem cross. It is a Christian religious symbol. Things like focusing on extremism, Senator, have created a climate inside our ranks that feel political when it hasn't ever been political.
Hegseth has openly embraced his evangelical Christian.
So there you got it, ladies. You got the Pete Hegseth tattoos right there. So there you have it. There's your money right there, Delona. Hope you're happy. Hope the ladies are happy.
Include a symbol known as the Jerusalem cross on his chest. Another saying Deus Vult, Latin for.
There it is, ladies. All right, there's your proper 199. Hail to you. Good stuff indeed. Thank you so much. Okay, where we at? Van says, I would buy legit Crocs, not knockoffs. Okay. We can, well, I mean, we're not gonna get official Crocs. It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna work with us. So Jesus says, MegaCon Meetup Orlando, where is it going to be? I am trying to close that deal right now. I'm trying to close that deal as we speak. Boom! The MAGA red bombs are dropping, boys. KRS 10 it says, add to the fund for bail so you don't continue to get wrecked in jail. Also, the Crusades wasn't to convert Muslims. It was to retake Jerusalem. I despise these historians. Thank you so much. I think we're actually going to get out of jail tonight because of all of you. But yeah, listen, anybody who is like identifies as a historian, I immediately don't want to hear a word they have to say. I just don't. I mean, it goes back to when I was in school. And I think about all the shit that I was taught in school and how we were beaten over the head with things from the main three, channels back in the day, NBC, ABC, CBS. And now that I look back, and I've talked about this on CobraCast before, but I don't actually believe anything, like not anything, but like most of the things that I was taught that it was like that they force you to try to believe. I question everything that I was taught in school and everything growing up, because I look at what they've done to President Trump. And if President Trump doesn't have, if he doesn't have this mentality to fight and battle against everything that's happened to him, in 50 years from now, the history books would have said that, like, let's just say Trump stopped after 2020, after they tried to throw him in prison, after they went after his businesses, went after his family. Let's just say he said, I can't keep doing this. It's too much. They're going after me. They're going after my family. They're threatening everything, and I can't keep going. If he would have done that, in 50 years, the history books would have said that Donald Trump threatened to overrun the country with racism and sexism, and the U.S. government stood against him and stopped him, thankfully, because we're on your side. That's what the history books would have said if Trump wouldn't have pushed forward, and all of these kids in the future will be taught about the evil Donald Trump and how he tried to use white supremacy to overrun the federal government and overrun everything. And I go, that's what they would have taught everybody. It's fucking crazy. So now I look back on all the shit that they were trying to indoctrinate us with, when I was younger, and I question every single bit of it, because these are some evil motherfuckers. Evil as fuck. But yeah, thank you so much for that MAGA Red 100. And we got another MAGA Red 100 from John freaking Murdoch. Says Jeremy's get out of jail tax or GoFundMe or whatever. Hail to the IDF 199 Mossad whale watching battalion. Mod Lives Matter, Chat Lives Matter, and happy Jessica. Look at you, John freaking Murdoch. Let's go. Dude, you guys are amazing. Incredible support. Thank you so much. It's overwhelming at times. Seriously. Good Lord, man. let's see where we got our boy Roland. Okay, Roland, where is he at? He wanted 100 subs. Let's see where he's at right now. Roland is at well, let me refresh. All right, Roland's at 240. He lost 1 sub. So we're at 240. He needed to be to 254. He wanted to see if I could get him 100 subs for his $100 super chat. Gary got him 90. So it looks like I've gotten you nearly 90. Can we get him to 100 before this stream ends? Mods, drop a link one more time for Roland. He shaves his balls, by the way. Why do I know this? Because Roland tells us this. I don't know why. I don't know why. But that's who he is. He's a weird dude, man. He's a weird dude. Mola Ram says, Jay is a good salesman. I bought 2 shirts because I agree with Jay and not because of the shitty stream, but I still don't know when they're going to ship. When is that? Probably within, it won't be long from now, but it's only like a week or 2 from now is when they're shipping. So it's going to be a quick turnaround with Rippison. And again, like I know Willie Will, and I haven't seen Willie Will in about a week probably in chat, but I know Willie Will was still waiting for one thing from Teespring. I've encouraged everybody, like, if you're still waiting for stuff from Teespring, just cancel that shit. And, we're going to try to make everything available through Rippison now. Won't have to run into any more of those issues. It's been very, very frustrating that so many people ordered CobraCast stuff and we couldn't get it shipped through Teespring because Teespring sucks. But yeah, within like a week and a half, 2 weeks is when they're going to ship out. So it won't be long. It won't be long. Marcus says, FYI, Trump meets with Xi Jinping soon. So if you didn't know, thanks for all you do and roll tide. Yeah, it is very soon. I don't know if they've got an actual date that they've announced. So Jesus says, would you like to meet you guys in person and hang out? Yeah, MegaCon, we are going to do the meetup. As soon as I get everything pinned down, I will tell you immediately. Ministry of Wrong Things says, where is this energy for when the Dem candidate seeking Senate in Maine was caught with a literal SS death's head tattoo? Again, they don't care. None of the things that the left pretends to be offended over, they're not actually offended over it. That's what you have to understand. It's all projection. It always has been and it always will be. I mean, for instance, there was this clip right here. I got to find it. I meant to talk about this earlier because, like I said, I actually had a ton to talk about. Some of the stuff we didn't get to, but one clip in particular I have to show you. So if you remember, I talked about this the other day. So Hassan Piker's girlfriend, Valkyrie, she... is this it right here? This was what she said, okay? So the other day, she said this. She makes this tweet, and she says, there's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and helping them understand where their privilege comes from in regards to situations they may not have personally experienced that others suffer from. And lots of privilege obviously comes from being white. Never thought I'd be accused of being racist against white people when the clip is clearly out of context. Okay. So she essentially was being racist. And this is because she had a fellow friend streamer who was, she said, acting like a white girl, acting too white, and people called her out on it. She deletes this tweet because it got too much traction. This is her response to the tweet that got deleted. Listen to this.
I deleted my tweet because it reached real Nazis. Real sexist people, real transphobic people, real hatred people. It almost gave them like something to huddle up to. And so that is why I deleted my tweet. That is the reason. It also didn't provide enough context for people that did not know the context. So I'm not using Twitter again until I do my my Santa Ray foray. No, it's okay.
She's beyond fixing. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. She's very hot, but she is very stupid. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So it's not worth it at all. Trust me, bros. Hassan's been there. Okay. Hassan's been there. It's not worth it. Okay. So you cannot fix that. No, she can't ruin you, laughing man. Stop. She can't ruin you, laughing man. Stop. Don't do it. Don't do it, laughing man. Don't fall for it, bro. Hassan has been there. You can't fix that. Don't try it, laughing man. Laughing man, I'm telling you, don't do this. Chat, help me keep laughing man from making a big mistake. All right? And plus, I have it on, like, listen, I'm not in the rumor business. I don't break news. But word on the street is that Valkyrie, her eyes have been wandering a little bit. Word on the street, she's found somebody else. And I've got video of the person she's been checking out. Word on the street is Valkyrie's been checking out our boy right here, Mr. JD Advanced. I don't know of a woman that could turn that down. Okay. I mean, that's just a word on the street. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with it. JD Advanced memes will save the world. Absolutely. Will save the world. I mean, if you don't believe me, look at this one.
This Halloween, he's back and he's demanding a please and thank you. He's the couch-loving, gratitude-craving, suit-wearing legend with an unholy lust for red Chesterfields. Wherever he goes, he brings the suit, the manners, and the mayhem. Get yours today.
Oh, man. It's so good. It's so good. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, back to the nonsensical Valkyrie story. But yeah, she's a very stupid person, and she actually someone said that she's like the female Hassan, and that very much upset her. Right here. She did not like being called the female Hassan, which is right here.
I heard you're the female Hassan. Damn.
She's 100% that. That's 100% who she is.
Is that what you heard? And I cannot change the way you perceive me. And I accept that. Although it hurts me. It hurts me. Okay. Wow, that is wild. Damn. First of all, I play video games.
You're literally talking about transphobia and white supremacy. But we're supposed to call you a video game player. So again, man, between Pokimane, Valkyrie, and all of these Twitch chicks, it's getting bad. But when JD Vance is calling out Hassan Piker, that's a damn good day. Slain Hope says the mainstream media is lying. The Crusades were about Catholics taking back Catholic land from the Muslims who conquered it. They lied to us about it in school. Dark Sports Rising says, I'm late. Is Jeremy in prison for that hair or what? Yes. But we're only about $200 away from my goal. So we're almost out, boys. We're almost out. So good night. Laughing Man says, how many picnics do people go on until they're considered? You're trying me. All right. You're trying me. Hassan will be a mentally stable person for Halloween. No one will know it's him. Let me see if I can give you guys some context on that one. Hang on. I'm sure you'd like some context. So if I can actually sign in. So I don't know if I can. Honestly, let's see if it's actually going to work. Here we go. Hang on. Fuck you. I can't. It's not even signing in, so there's nothing I can do about it. So fuck it. So here's what I'm going to try to do. If you guys have ever seen the park hopping video from from was it Disney where Jay and Krista had this what was it? It was a Disney I think it was Disney Studios, and there's a scene where Goofy says hello. I'm not saying it because I might mess up and say a different word, but it is what it is. Restart the PC. No, it's my Instagram. I'm on a my mobile setup right now. So hey, look at there. Dark Schwartz Rising. Boom. For $100 and says there's a goal. Hope this helps. We are $100 from our goal that I just literally made up to get more super chats. So there you have it. Hang on. I think I know it. Actually, hold on. I think I know my password. Hang on. Knowing your password to your social medias is important. But do you know who's running my Twitter account now? Jessica has access to my, or not Twitter. Jessica has access to my Instagram now. Okay, so here it is. God, I hate this. All right. Don't say it out loud, Jeremy. That should be it. Willie freaking Will. Look at you. I am out. I am out of prison, ladies and gentlemen. We are free. I get to change my background now. We have met our goal, the goal that Beardo could not help me get last night. We are completely out and free. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. All because of the snake pit freeing me from prison. Let's freaking go. Okay, now I have park hopping. Now I can pull up the park hopping Instagram and show you guys this video. If I know how to pull up videos on here. So they don't have that one pinned, right? Jessica, you may have to help me find this one. I don't know how far back it goes, because this video has millions of views. This is our most viewed video in the history of park hopping. And of course, it's Goofy saying something racist. Because of course, that's what happens on the internet. So, Trump is live. Where is Trump live at? I wish there was a search function on Instagram. God, this could take a while. Unless somebody can link me to it. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, here we go. This is the video.
Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong. Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong. Hey, picnickers! Told you nothing was gonna go wrong.
That's for you, laughing man. That's for you, brother. Jay's face is like, wait, what? All right, let's see where we're at. Thank you, Dark Schwartz Rising, and thank you, Willie Will, you mad lads, you. Let's see where we're at. Roland, where are you at, by the way? Did we get you to your numbers so you can quit crying like a fucking woman? Holy shit, Roland. You are over the mark. Roland, I don't want to hear anything from you. All right. I just flexed. This snake pit just flexed. We just got you well over 100 subscribers. Roland, I don't want to hear shit out of you. I just want super chats and compliments. Period. End of discussion. All right. That's it. Roland, you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. All right, let me see what you guys are saying. Trump is live. Okay, let's see. Hang on. Oh shit. Okay, Trump is live.
Why did you change your nuclear plans? Why are you going to be doing more nuclear testing?
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He's telling them to get out. He's telling them to get out.
Table, of course, Howard Lutnick, who's been on the trip, who has done an amazing job negotiating countless deals for commerce and also for the American people abroad, ultimately serving in the Trump administration. The gentleman at the end of the table there, the United States ambassador to China, David Perdue, an extraordinary selection from the great peach state of Georgia. A lot of talent there in Georgia, as President Trump and Chinese President Xi hold a meeting, offering one another high accolades and glowing comments regarding not only their own personal friendship, but also looking at the peace and security of the world, and acknowledgement of times when the two largest economies can have some varying disagreements. And now that does switch on and off as well with the European Union. But President Trump and President Xi have no other way than to dialogue, and President Trump leading that way, being thanked for the peace accords in the region, especially with Cambodia and Thailand. So if you saw just before, the kimchi.
Okay, so we're getting some clips from JD Vance at the Turning Point event tonight. Why is President Trump going after Thomas Massie? I have not heard this, so we're hearing this for the first time.
Republican Representative Thomas Massie, who has opposed and criticized some of the Trump administration's aims. How would you address those who fear that principled disagreement or independent thinking is discouraged within the party because of how it can be framed as a betrayal instead of as internal accountability or an opportunity for debate and negotiation?
So it's a very good question. Let me say this one is hard for me. And the reason it's hard for me is because Thomas Massie and he's one of the first people that ever reached out to me about my book or about political office. I've known Thomas Massie well before I ever got involved in politics. Thomas's wife died well, maybe it was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It was a little while ago. She died very unexpectedly, was a very sweet and kind woman. And I was probably one of the first people that called Thomas to offer my condolences. I think the problem with Thomas, and I've told him this in private, and now I guess I'll say it in public, is it's one thing to disagree with the party on a particular issue. It's one thing to have your independent stand on a number of questions. And by the way, some of the stuff where Thomas Massie has been independent against the Republican Party, I've agreed with him with. Thomas and I worked together during 2023, where I was trying to stop the limitless flow of American money to Ukraine, and Thomas was one of the people I was working closest with it. But that's one thing. Being independent, having your own opinions is one thing. Voting against the party on every...
JD Vance is so fucking good at this. It's a very tough question for him to answer in his position, and he is doing it masterfully. By the way, Thomas Massie's a bitch.
Single issue, you're eventually going to make too many enemies. And that is the problem that Thomas has had. It's not one issue. It's not 3 or 4 issues. It's that every time that we've needed Thomas for a vote, he has been completely unwilling to provide it. That is why the President of the United States has trained his ire on Thomas Massie. It's because we can never count on him for some of the most difficult votes. I wish that weren't the case. I say that as somebody who's known Thomas well before I got into politics, but politics is politics. And when you always vote against the party, you can't expect the party to actually back you.
Dude, Vance is incredibly, he's scary good at this shit, dude. He's scary good. Like, his answers are fucking incredible. And again, he's the perfect perfect vice president for Trump, because we know Trump is bombastic and all that shit, but that was absolutely on point. We also have this right here of President Trump right here. Here we go.
The President of the People's Republic of China.
Good to meet you. Great pleasure to see you again. Good to see you again. Me too. And we're going to have a very successful meeting, I have no doubt. But he's a very tough negotiator. That's not good. We know each other well.
Mr. President, do you plan to sign a trade deal today?
Could be. I think we'll have a great understanding. We have a great relationship. We've always had a great relationship.
Will you start buying from us soybeans again? Will you discuss Taiwan with her?
Which way? Thank you very much, everybody. Please.
That's a historical moment right there. That's a historical moment. That's huge. That's a huge moment. We have more from JD Vance. So right here, JD Vance says when people say Israel is manipulating or controlling the president of the United States. So let's check this out from JD Advanced.
Ethnic cleansing in Gaza.
Audio's a little low.
I'm just confused why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so let me...
This clip is so freaking low. I can't even hear it. I gotta see if I can find a different clip, because that's you can't even hear it. Like, it's unlistenable. So why do they like? I'm at the message Eric and let him know, like, bro, you got to bump up the audio on these things. Like, you're killing me. You're killing me. So is this it right here? Maybe. Nope, that's not it. I'll see if I can find another clip, because that is way too low. It's painfully low, actually. Let's see. There's so many clips right now of JD Vance. I know you guys wanted me to react to it in live. I just didn't get around to it. So, what is this? This is another one. While I'm looking for that other clip, let's do this one. JD Vance drops a bombshell. So.
Hello, Vice President Vance.
How you doing?
Good. I have a question. Do you condone large private corporations such as Palantir hoarding data caches on U.S. citizens?
No, I don't condone it. And here's the thing. So I get asked about Palantir a lot, because there's this internet meme out there that somehow I am super in bed with Palantir. And here's the thing that I'd say about this. Palantir is a private company. They sometimes do a useful service, and sometimes they're going to do things that we don't like. You should be demanding that your representatives do two things when it comes to Palantir or when it comes to any other technology company. Number one, protecting your data. What's going on with artificial intelligence is going to mean that there are massive inducements to steal your data, to harvest it, and to use it against you to sell digital advertisements. That is not what I believe in, and I've been fighting against it, whether it's Palantir or any other technology company, literally before I ran for office. When I ran for office, I was criticized by Republicans in my Republican Senate primary because I was talking then about Google and Facebook harvesting our data. It's unacceptable. I don't care who does it. I don't want them to do it. Number two, and this is also very important, what's going on with artificial intelligence, we got to be worried about large-scale surveillance, okay? Everything. You asked about Palantir. Do you know that every time you make a credit card transaction, the credit card companies are collecting data on how you spend your money? Do you know that every time you linger over a link on the internet for more than a half second, the search engines are collecting data on you so that they can sell you advertisements? One of the biggest questions.
I know it's hard to hear. I did find a good audio clip of the one that we were trying to react to earlier. So here, fuck me. Did I just share it? Okay, there we go. All right, here we go.
I'm a Christian man, and I'm just confused why that there's this notion that we might have owe Israel something, or that they're our greatest ally, or that we have to support this multi-$100 billion foreign aid package to Israel to cover this, to quote Charlie Kirk, ethnic cleansing in Gaza. I'm just confused why this idea has come around, considering the fact that not only does their religion not agree with ours, but also openly supports the prosecution of ours.
Yeah, so let's say a few things about this. First of all, when the President of the United States says America first, that means that he pursues the interests of Americans first. That is our entire foreign policy. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to have alliances, that you're not going to work with other countries from time to time. And that is what the president believes, is that Israel, sometimes they have similar interests to the United States and we're going to work with them in that case. Sometimes they don't have similar interests to the United States. And this example, the most recent Gaza peace plan that all of us have been working on very hard for the past few weeks, the president of the United States could only get that peace deal done by actually being willing to apply leverage to the state of Israel. So when people say that Israel is somehow manipulating or controlling the president of the United States, they're not controlling this president of the United States, which is one of the reasons why we'd be able to have some of the success that we've had in the Middle East. Now you ask about,
I'm not in the business of trying to read too much into Israel comments because the anti-Israel side always does that, but pretty interesting how he said they're not controlling this president of the United States. Okay. Hell yeah, JD, let's fucking go.
Sort of Jews disagreeing with Christians on certain religious ideas. Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the realities is that Jews do not believe that Jesus Christ is the Messiah. Obviously, Christians do believe that. There are some significant theological disagreements between Christians and Jews. My attitude is, let's have those conversations. Let's have those disagreements when we have them. But if there are shared areas of interest, we ought to be willing to do that too. For example, one thing I really, really care about is the preservation of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. Christians believe that that is the site where Jesus Christ was crucified, and also that his tomb is right there as well. My attitude is, if we can work with our friends in Israel to make sure that Christians have safe access to that site, that's an obvious area of common interest. I am fine with that. What I'm not okay with is any country coming before the interests of American citizens, and it is important for all of us, assuming we're American citizens, to put the interest of our own country first. That's what we're going to do. That's what we try to do every single day, I promise you. Thank you.
He's so good at this, dude. He's so good. Again, the Israel thing it's just annoying that these people, like, they've invented this thing in their head and they think it's true. Like, there's people right now that literally are listening to me talk and they're like, they truly think like that I might be compromised by Israel. And it shows how stupid they are, because number one, I can't even get regular fucking sponsors, for crying out loud. I can't get gay ass Rumble to give me a fucking contract. Okay. Like, but you think Israel's fucking paying me? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You gotta be the biggest idiot in the world to think that. So people are just very, very stupid. But ultimately, the more that people annoy me, the more I like to meme on them, which annoys them back. And so that's kind of where we are. Cause I view the anti-Israel crowd as a bunch of chihuahuas that are just always biting at ankles. That's essentially what it is. So, so there you go. JD Vance is awesome, man. The dude is so on point. It's kind of crazy how on point he is. A boy named Blue says, "We shall take Jerusalem." TJSTD. Coopster says, "Just asking. Sure, you drop the soap a lot, but will you keep in touch with your new friends in there?" Sula Felix says, "Fact check. Historians, Egypt, Syria, Turkey, etc. Were the Christian ancestral lands for centuries. Crusades retook them. They were seen as liberators." Stream Hero says, I'm trying to cancel the Hulk Hogan inspired CobraCast shirt, but Teespring won't cancel it. Will that shirt be available at Ripasend in the future? Yes. Yes, it will be. Too Tired says, wait, Jeremy pulled out his wand and made it rain on the whizzing wall, and Mossad didn't appreciate this Alabama magic. They must have been jealous. Mojo Rocket Man says, Valkyrie white shamed her friend, yet paints her face porcelain white. A boy named Blue says, my reaction to leftist stupidity is it'd be funny if we weren't so if it weren't so pathetic. Oh, what the heck? I'll laugh anyway. Joker from Batman Beyond. Mola Ram says, don't send a super chat, buy a t-shirt. Either way, I'm good with it. Slain Hope says, Jeremy's baby mama got cut off snap, so he's in jail. Gerald Armstrong says, Trump is live. Yeah, I saw that one. Mitch From thinks says, saw an AI video of a dad Kit Kat and his son wondering what happened to his bike. The dad hears a bike bell, looks out the window and yells, another candy bar. That's all I'll say. Liberty Prime says, Crusades. Tay says, shout out Makara, Eric K, and all the legends in the chat. Chat lives matter. Unicycle Peon for 50 says, we should support our allies with diplomacy, not American cash. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm not like, again, I think that there's a legitimate conversation to be had about Israel's involvement with the United States government. Always have. Whenever I was made aware of some of that, I'm like, yeah, there's some legitimate questions here. Like, what the hell's going on? The hell's going on? But then I just see all these fucking autistic retards coming in here and accusing every fucking body that doesn't say exactly what Nick Fuentes says of being a Mossad agent. And I'm like, you guys are too fucking retarded to be dealt with. So you're stupid, you know? That's why I meme on them, because it's just too damn fun. Sir Paladin Thundercake says, what the fuck was that nuclear test question during China trade meeting? The media only wants trouble. Always does. Too Tired says, mass surveillance by AI, like in Psycho-Pass. Storm Shadow says, sorry, Jeremy, this wouldn't let me pay in shekels. And look who showed up. Roland the Wretched. Promises made, promises kept. For all the jokes I make about Jeremy, I consider him a brother, and I missed him at the Vegas meetup last year. He always gives me time, and only time when he let me down was not delivering Gay Ryan. Still waiting. How about some Sweeney? You know what? I think that's a damn good consolation prize for everybody. Let's get some Sydney Sweeney to celebrate that Roland can no longer call me gay. Although I'm gonna miss that. I think we're gonna have to work on a compromise. But in the meantime, there's some Sydney Sweeney for everybody. Okay, everybody's happy now. Everybody's happy. Everybody's looking forward to this. It's a beautiful thing. Everyone loves it. And hey, look, we got even more. Rose. Wow. 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 Wow.
I'm so happy you love the first drop of my collection of Frankie's bikinis. We have more dreamy pieces coming our way, so tap to sign up for early access so you can get more information.
That's your celebration, Roland. You better be happy, brother. Congrats, though, man. Keep up the good work, man. Lapco says, just FYI, the Wailing Wall, not the Wailing Wall. I spent 3 hours in line with my harpoon for nothing. What a disappointment. Mola Ram says, what did the Heartless Stranger get for Christmas? My bike. Beastie Man says, will the Among Us stream be on your perspective? I miss seeing your perspective in that game. No offense to Beardo. Clearly not, because they've been live for 2 hours. Definitely not. Brock says, remember to stay hydrated and drink water. You know it, brother. Decrepit says, hey, Jeremy, shave the head or we start calling you a furry. Hail the snake pit. Chat is takeover. When do you feel the shutdown will finally lift? Man, I think Trump wants it to go on as long as possible. So, we'll see. But I have no idea. Monica Sherman says, where do I get that shirt you have on? So I bought this years ago, just a sweatshirt from Walmart, and then I just put the logo on it. I've had people look to see if they can find the same sweatshirt. I'll have Rippa look and see, and we can. I love this sweatshirt, so I'll see if we can make these available with the white lines. Noted on that one. Keith says, "Hail CobraCast. I changed my at back to normal chat. It's easy. See, there you go. You're gonna have to. I think this is unless we make enough noise. I don't think they're gonna change it back, but we'll see." Ruben, what up, Ruben? Coming soon. Building Code Sentinel, AI systems to defend liberty, rebuild America's foundations, and restore truth through constitutional tech and first principles reason. Real patriots, real math, real freedom. Hashtag MAGA. Let's freaking go, brother. Mike says, have you watched the Tucker Carlson Nick Fuentes interview yet? I've watched about half of it. And it's good. I think Patrick Bet David's discussion with Nick Fuentes is actually good. I actually like, I think Nick Fuentes is much more enjoyable to watch when he's in a different setting than his own, because when he's on his own show, he's incredibly annoying and arrogant. And it just like he doesn't make, but when he's like on Patrick Bet David or when he's talking to Tucker Carlson, he's actually far more enjoyable in those settings than he is his own setting. But he's incredibly smart. I know a lot of people don't like him. I'm not really the biggest fan of him myself, but you can't deny that the dude is intelligent and he's going to be a major player. He's absolutely going to be a major player moving forward. Whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. The dude has got his shit together and he knows what he's talking about. Slain Hope says, imagine if Trump offered a $500 reward for the arrest and prosecution of shoplifters. Walmart and Target parking lots would become open mic PvP servers. The Witches Brew with Dana Marie says, only you can make a high-speed car chase the highlight of my night. Hail the 199. Keep up the amazing work. F the haters. Thank you so much. Bearded Sports Psych says, can you get Sydney to model the new Geeks and Gamers gear? Bro, if I got Sydney Sweeney to model that, I'd have all the funding I'd ever need. Lapco says, Sydney's okay and all, but since it's Halloween season, shouldn't we be seeing Elvira? Just a suggestion. Not a bad suggestion. 8 o'clock says, Sydney needs to describe the bikini for the blind viewers, just trying to help disabled people. And Eddie Ramirez says, if everyone thinks Jeremy's gay, wait till he gets the cat ear headphones for Halloween. Not going to happen. But with that said, we are going to end it because I was supposed to be on the gaming stream tonight. Doesn't look like I'm going to make it, but I am going to send you guys over there. They are live playing Among Us right now. So go show them some love. Jay Hellstorm is over there. So good stuff indeed. Thank you guys for bailing me out of jail tonight. Really appreciate it. Another CobraCast is happening tomorrow at some point tomorrow night. I do have the Dolphins-Ravens game that we're going to be covering on Locals. So make sure you go check that out over on Locals. I'll probably be on that stream at some point, but I will be doing a CobraCast, and then there will be a CobraCast on Friday night. It'll be a little bit later on Friday night, but there will be one on Friday night. We have to end with Sabaton because Kate Play channel. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much. Zwanny, look at there for 50. Says, since you're out of jail, here is an installment towards my lurker back payment tax. Hail Unit 199. Mod lives matter. Chat lives matter. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Zwanny. Hail to you. We're going to end it for Kate with some Sabaton. Have a good night. We'll talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.